Hey guys, today we'll be doing a review of our Tesla autopilot feature, and there are a couple different features here. We have the basic one, then they have the enhanced autopilot, which allows you to basically change lanes, which I don't think is a big deal. I mean, they're asking for 6,000 extra dollars, and I'm not sure if just changing the lane is big enough of a deal that you want to pay for it. I mean, it does have a couple other features like you can call your car to come to you in a parking lot and stuff like that. Again, it's cool for once or twice, but not sure if it's really useful. And then they have the full self-driving capability, which still is beta version. They don't have full self-driving rolled out yet, and that will steer for you. It will stop on the lights. It will basically do most of the driving for you, but that's again still level 2. I think it's not even level 3. So, and they're asking $15,000 for it. Not sure if it's really worth it, but anyway, even with the basic autopilot, there are quite a few good features here. We're going to be testing out 2 of them, and I think when you're driving a car, you use 90% of the time just these 2, and that's the traffic awareness cruise control and the auto steer, which is basically an autopilot. It keeps the car in the lane. We have tried it before. It works really well. We're going to do it again. We have tried it on highways before. Today we're going to do it on a city road. So it's rush hours. There's going to be quite a bit of traffic. So we'll just put it behind. We'll put it on autopilot and traffic awareness cruise control. Alright guys, I'm putting it on autopilot. First single tap. It's putting on adaptive cruise control, and double tap. And it's putting it on autopilot. It's auto steering it. My hands are up. So there was a car in front of us. It stopped at a distance, and when the car moved and the light turned green, it just started on its own. So it doesn't need any of my input. It's just gonna keep following, keep looking at the traffic lights, and keep following the vehicle in front of me. And it's going at a speed limit which is 50, and I have a tolerance of 5 over the limit. So it's going 5 over the limit, 55 right now. And with these wheels here, you can maintain how many cars worth of distance you want to maintain from the front car, and that's how it's gonna that's how far it's gonna stay away. Now there is a car coming in, and it's gonna slow down. As you guys can see right here in real time, it's slowing down to maintain that distance. And it's gonna, when there is no car in front, it will speed up and go to the speed limit. When there is a car in front of me, it will slow down, and currently the car is slowing down, and it got confused just a little bit because the lane changed, the lanes increased, so it got confused a little bit. But yeah, it's keeping in its lane, and it stopped on its own because it recognizes the car in front has stopped, so it stopped on its own. And when the car moves, it's just gonna follow the car. And I really like these digital images here. It's really cool. It shows me what cars are around me, in front of me, behind me. I really like that feature in it. Usually the auto steer feature, it works really well. I haven't seen it failed. We have driven it in fog, snow. As long as it can see the marking on the road, it will stay in it, and it will maintain that distance. Now the light has turned green in front of us, so the car saw the car in front is moving, so it started moving on its own. Again, my feet are off the pedal, off the brakes. I don't have to provide any input. It would just keep following the traffic in front of it, and it will stay in that lane. Every once in a while, they still want you to pay attention because it's not really a fully, automatic car yet. So they still want you to pay attention, and this message pops up which says you gotta steer the wheel. You want to make sure that you're actually awake and not sleeping. I think this feature, along with the adaptive cruise control, or traffic awareness cruise control as Tesla calls it, I think that really takes care of 90 to 95% of the driving. Honestly, you don't have to do much other than just pay attention to the road. And the only other features that if you buy the high-end packages like the the enhanced autopilot, or if you buy the self-driving capability, you will get the lane change, which I've tried it before. I don't think it works great. The car gets confused a little bit, and then with the full self-driving capability, which is still level 2 beta version, it's not fully autonomous yet. You get the city light, so on a traffic light it will stop on its own. When it turns green, it will move. You basically enter the address of your destination, and it will go on your own. The car will go on its own. It doesn't need any input from you. I mean, that's the idea, but I'm pretty sure humans are still driving on the road. So as long as humans are driving, you will still be sitting on the steering wheel and paying attention, because usually the computers won't make the mistakes, but humans will. So that's why they want you to keep paying attention to it. I don't think it's fully ready yet, but it's definitely getting there. That's one of my favorite things about Tesla, that they really put a lot of energy and effort into R&D on the full self-driving capability, and push the other companies to do a lot of this too. And I think if it wasn't for Tesla, we'll still be happy if we just got a little beep, that there's a car around us. But with the Tesla pushing the envelope, I think the things have moved really, really fast. But yeah, I think that's really what it is. I just wanted to show you guys how well it works. And again, the car in front moved. It started moving. It slowed down. The car slowed down, so it will try to maintain that distance. All right, so we tried during the broad daylight, and it seems like it was working good. I'm gonna try it at nighttime too. So double tap, and now it's on adaptive cruise control. Single tap, and now double tap, and it's on auto steer. It seems to be working pretty good even at nighttime. It's dark, so it's recognizing the cars around it, and it's going at a speed limit right there. And let's see if it stops. The cars in front of us are stopped. Let's see if it does. And it seems like it's slowing down, and there it goes. Stopped right there without any of my intervention. And light just turned into green, and these cars in front of me are gonna go, and my car should start going, and there it goes. It's just gonna follow the car in front and maintain that lane. Pretty nifty. I really like that feature. I think those are the two main features that I use when I'm driving. I want a cruise control which can adapt and change speed per the traffic in front and behind, and also I want something to maintain the lane, especially if you're on a long stretch of a road. You're not going to change the lane or anything. And here it got just a little bit confused, because the lane ended. It was a 3-lane road, now it turned into 2, so it just got confused a little bit, but now it's back on track. When the lane ended, the road widened, and it thought maybe it was changing or it was shifting, so it moved just a little bit to the right, but then it came back, recognized the other side of the marking, and recognized that, okay, this is my lane, and came back. So it does have a little bit of those swirls where it thinks lane might be, turning, and it's not. But I would say 99% of the time it works great. And as you guys can see here, it's actually seeing the turn lanes there too, so it's not gonna go in there. It usually gets confused if there are no turn lane markings. It could get confused, and if it's a 3-lane road and it's turning into 2, and it just widens just for a little bit, it could get confused. But for the most part, it works really good. And now the car in front of me is way ahead, and there is enough distance between the two of us that it's actually gonna get me up to the speed limit. And when we're gonna get closer and that distance shortens, then it's gonna start slowing down a little bit, and try to maintain that distance. So far it seems like it's maintaining the distance and the speed. Let's see if it's just in a little bit it starts slowing down or not. So far so good. It's maintaining the distance and the speed. And now I think the cars in front of us are slowing down a little bit. Let's see if this one slows down. There it goes. The speed is coming down. And the car in front of me turned. It actually knows its lane. Even though the car in front of me turned, it still knows its lane and is staying in it. And it's just going to keep going. And the speed limit has already come down because the car in front of me is not going that fast, so it's slowing down to 40, 39, 38. So it's just kind of following that. Now that car has gone away and there's more distance, so speed is picking up. So pretty cool. I kind of like it a lot. I mean, yeah, the turn lane, the turn lane will be nice that it could change the lane on its own. But again, even if I had that feature, I'll probably be doing it on my own because I could see in my blind spot and all that stuff. And during my test drive, I did try that feature, and I mean, it was okay. It wasn't great. I think the car was kind of braking too abruptly when it saw somebody even too far, and it was reacting a little too fast for my taste. I think I like it a lot. We took a long road trip on it, and this feature came really handy. We used it a lot. You're on long stretches, you put it in autopilot mode, so it steers it for you. And on the roads there, it's been curvy roads. I mean, this is a fairly straightforward road, so it doesn't have any troubles, but we were going like 80 miles an hour on some of the interstates, and with curves it was really able to steer really well. I was super impressed. And this traffic awareness cruise control, I mean, it's great. Honestly, if you put it in a cruise control, you don't have to put your foot on the gas or brake at all. I mean, it does everything for you. I think that's a game changer.